Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Tommy Sheppard may be getting a letter through the post from Humza Yousaf to complain about his actions and what he's said and done. Because Sheppard has done something which for Humza Yousaf will be unforgivable. He's gone against him. He's gone against his new best friend. And he's written to David Cameron. This is Tommy Sheppard now. He's written to David Cameron complaining about the human rights and the concerns he has for human rights in Turkey, especially over some Kurdish leader that Erdogan is basically locking up and punishing because Erdogan does not like the Kurds. For some reason, he thinks the Kurds are troublemakers, and he basically has removed any kind of human rights they have, forces them to live in the worst places, does all sorts of terrible things to them. And of course, he has not quite ethnically cleansed them, but it's very, very close with what he's doing. It is basically a crime against humanity, really, what Erdogan is doing. And Tommy Sheppard has had enough of that, and he's written to Lord Cameron to complain and to see what Lord Cameron can do with regards to the United Kingdom and the relationship with Turkey, which is unfortunate, of course, because Humza Yousaf is currently kissing Erdogan's ring. Let's take a look and see why Tommy Sheppard, for once, is on the right side. Here goes. Before we get into this, an event has just occurred, and I feel I have to tell you. A day in the life of a YouTuber. My dog comes in and he sits where I work. You can't see it, but there's a desk right here. And I sit at this desk, and he curls up in a ball underneath it, and I sort of rest my feet there, and I, sort of massage him like with my toes and that. And he does that. He likes that. I like, there. So he's come in, he's sitting there, and I'm just giving him his little rubs and that, and rubbing his belly with my foot. And there's this sound. He's farted. Well, he frightened himself, and he's up, he's boom, and he's out the door. And he's like, what the hell was that? And he's off. And I was laughing. I was laughing. And then the laughing stopped. I had to get up and get out of the room. I do not know what he has eaten, but it was truly awful. I literally had to go out of the room for about 10 minutes. I was spraying things. I got a fan to blow the air through. I think he's eaten a rat, and I think it's still there. It's awful, and I just couldn't function. So I've put him out in the garden now. He can stay out there for an hour. It's a nice sunny day. He's warm. He's fine. Whatever it is can come out in the garden. I don't want that anywhere near me. Ooh. Anyway, back to business. SNP MP Tommy Sheppard writes to Lord Cameron about Turkish human rights concerns. Despite Humza Yousaf cozying up to Erdogan, he's bent the knee, he's kissing the ring. Please, let my family, my wife's family come out. Oh, you can do this because you're powerful. You're a powerful leader. I'm not, but you are. That's Humza Yousaf. And of course, he presents himself as some kind of world leader, and he's not. He's a regional governor. And Erdogan, he went to that meeting and Erdogan's like, who the hell's this? But with sufficient ring kissing and knee bending, Erdogan got part of her family out. There's this brother that she calls a brother but isn't a brother. I think he's still there, but nobody's really bothered because he's not a British citizen, so Britain won't get involved. Turkey's already done its piece. It's not going to get involved any further. It doesn't want to get itself in because it's becoming very problematic. And so this unknown relative of hers is still stuck there. And, well, nothing you can do. I think he probably could get out into Egypt if he does not have... If he has anything, I think anything other than, like, a Palestinian or Gaza. I don't know, Gaza, does it have... Is there a Palestinian passport? Not sure. Anyway, whatever it is, but he's stuck there. But, of course, so, anyway, Humza Yousaf is still kissing the ring to try and get this guy out. And Tommy Sheppard now is saying, have you seen what Erdogan is doing to the Kurds? It's appalling. And he's written to David Cameron. And he wants Cameron, as the Foreign Secretary, to intervene to maybe put some international pressure to get this guy released. And, of course, this guy, never heard of Cameron, Erdogan probably has, but this Kurdish leader's probably never heard of Cameron. But for some reason, Tommy Sheppard's taken this as his hill to die on, as far as the SNP is concerned, I think. And it's very, it's nice to see, finally, that someone in the SNP particularly, is standing up to Erdogan, is saying, look, you are a monster. Stop doing this to your own people, because the Kurds are their own people. I personally think there should be a Kurdistan. I do believe that they should have their own homeland. And that way they can remove themselves from Turkish society and that, and let the Turks do what they want. It's not the Turkish people, you understand. I know several Turkish people. I get on with them very well. We've got a Turkish family in the village. They own the pizza shop. Best pizzas ever. So I get on with them. Don't have a problem with Turkish people. It's the likes of Erdogan who truly are monsters. But anyway, let's get into this. The First Minister invited Turkish President Erdogan to Scotland, and his wife, Nadia El Nakla, attended a summit in Istanbul. It was a summit for first wives, for the wives of leaders. Don't know why she was there. She's not a national leader. But anyway, this is as the SNP power couple forged closer links with the country. Hopefully they'll go and live there. Who knows? A veteran SNP MP has written to the UK government's Foreign Secretary to air his concerns about the human rights abuses in Turkey, despite his boss previously cozying up to the Turkish president. A bit of a love-in with him, you know. Tommy Sheppard demanded that Lord Cameron take action to free a Kurdish leader from solitary confinement. But his letter comes mere months after Hamza Yousaf met with Recep Tayyip Erdogan at COP28 and even invited him to come to visit Scotland, which is a diplomatic problem because it's not his place to invite world leaders to Britain. The summit caused a diplomatic row as Westminster accused him of breaching guidance after the pair met without a Foreign Office official in attendance. And then there was some big bollocks about, there was no one available, but there was actually plenty of time to get one. He didn't want to, though, because of what he had to ask. The First Minister claimed he would raise human rights concerns if this visit to Scotland ever happened. No, he won't, because that would take someone with balls, and the Ken doll of Scottish politics would never be able to manage that, would he? He said next time he's in the UK, why not come up to Scotland? Not his place to do that. Learn your place. Hamza, know your place. He said, why on earth would Scotland not look to seek to engage with a NATO ally, and of course with somebody who he would seek to do business and trade with? That's absolutely fine. And when the Prime Minister invites the leader of Turkey to a state visit, he can possibly visit Scotland. But it's not something that should be done at the level of the Lord Mayor. Anyway, Mr. Sheppard claimed in his letter that he had been contacted by worried constituents about the Kurdish leader, Abdullah Öcalan, I'm presuming it's Öcalan, who has been held in solitary confinement on the Turkish island prison of İmralı for 25 years. He urges Lord Cameron to discuss this case with the Turkish government. The mistreatment of Kurds by the Turkish executive was mentioned by SNP councillor Rosa Salah, who herself is Kurdish. Yes, I do know her, and she stands up and she really had a go at Hamza Yousaf for meeting and kissing the ring of Erdogan. And she said, no, what that criminal has done to her people over the years is a crime against humanity. And she blasted him and moaned at him. And he didn't know where to go with that because what does he say? He said, well, it's important to me. Well, am I not important? Do my people not count? Or are you only concerned with your own family members? And it's like... Anyway, she wrote, I'm disappointed and disgusted by this image. Hamza Yousaf and a killer. An idiot and a killer. Saying Erdogan kills Kurds in Turkey and does not respect human rights. Our politicians and half the population are imprisoned by him and you shake his hand. I did not expect this from an FM that says he respects human rights. Of course he doesn't at all respect human rights. Human rights are the last thing he expects. Mr. Sheppard describes how the solitary confinement of Mr. Öcalan is contrary to several judgments of the European Court of Human Rights, which have found the manner of his detention to be a violation of the statutes to prohibit torture. And he adds that the case does great damage to Turkey's reputation and is an egregious breach of human rights laws. So you have this guy, a breacher of human rights, a killer of people, a killer of Kurds, generally regarded as someone who employs torture in his judicial system. And there's Hamza Yousaf, hugging, loving, and, offering himself freely. What a sad sack of shit he truly is. So it's no wonder Tommy Sheridan stood up for it. I'm going to just say for once, well done, Tommy Sheridan. I finally have something where I can tip hat at you for. Well done, highlighting it. As for Hamza Yousaf, what an appalling waste of space he is by kissing the ring of that man. Coming up. There are many things you can put in your mouth that come from Turkey, and they're a delight. Baklava, for example, that's gorgeous. Turkish delight, or even just kebabs. Sometimes a kebab is enough, isn't it? So there are plenty of things you can put into your mouth and go, that's nice. But for Hamza Yousaf, it seems that his lips are employed purely in kissing Erdogan's arse. Not for him, the delights of a little bit of Turkish. Well, it's a bit weird why, but he's got his family out now. He doesn't need to keep kissing, surely. He can just join the rest of the world in condemning what may well end up being a war criminal at some point. Tommy Sheppard has finally done something good and right. He's on the right side, and I commend him for it. And let's hope that he does kick David Cameron's arse into gear, and David Cameron can put a bit of pressure on. Let's get this guy out of prison for nothing other than the fact that it would annoy Hamza Yousaf. That alone is a good reason to do it. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will speak to you later. And I am off to go and let my dog back in and put a cork firmly up his arse. Bye.